The Caribbean is calling your name. Why stop at dreaming about it? We've done the homework for you. All you need to do is pack your bags and find your slice of paradise in the Caribbean. So whether you're dreaming of sipping rum on the beach, hiking in lush rainforests, or enjoying island life, there's a Caribbean island out there for you. Dive deep with us as we explore the top 10 most affordable places to make your Caribbean dream a reality based on today's market. Don't miss out on your chance to redefine your life in paradise. Hit that subscribe button and let's journey together. As we approach another year, we here at Gyro Caribbean thought we should revisit a topic we did previously about the best and cheapest places in the Caribbean to live as we update our list with the latest statistics. As everyone knows, we've seen remarkable inflation in the past year, economic uncertainty, and price instability, which has caused some of the biggest shifts to the cost of living all around the world, and the Caribbean is no exception. As things and times have changed so drastically from last year, let us take the time to reassess whether it is still affordable for you to escape to the idyllic scene that is the Caribbean, and reframe how much it is going to cost you to live comfortably in paradise. As a disclaimer, we must consider what is meant by comfortable, and also to understand the term cost of living, which varies greatly throughout the Caribbean region, and so too does the standard of living. To understand the cost of living in the region, you'll want to think about the daily activities that make up your life. For most people, food, utilities, healthcare, rent, transportation, and entertainment are the main activities that make up their monthly budget, and these costs change depending on not only the country you are looking to relocate to, but also the standard of life you are thinking of having. So let's be aware that the numbers we will give will be as average and general as possible. After all, many rich celebrities and millionaires live and visit the Caribbean, and if you want, you can live like them as well. But if you are happy for a modest living in line with the average person in the Caribbean, it can be remarkably affordable. So, without further ado, let's get to it and find out the 10 cheapest Caribbean countries you can live in comfortably. To kick our list off, we have a country that breaks into this year's list at number 10, Trinidad and Tobago. While every country in the region has seen general inflation and economic uncertainty, Trinidad and Tobago, compared to other Caribbean countries, has seen relatively stable inflation due to the country's energy independence as it is a major petroleum producer. As a result, the cost of living in Trinidad and Tobago, especially compared to the United States, is relatively low. While the standard of living is generally moderate, not amazing, but definitely not terrible, you can, for example, rent a one-bedroom apartment in the city center for US $600 per month, and groceries can be around $250 to $300 per person. Entertainment is a bit more affordable, with an average meal costing you about US $12 and a beer just US $2. While you may end up paying a little more to use a better private healthcare system and for transportation, these miscellaneous expenses should be under US $350 a month. This means, all things considered, you can live in off $1,800 to $2,200 monthly in Trinidad and Tobago. We continue to number 9, Saint Kitts and Nevis, the dual island nation known for its cloud-shrouded mountains and beaches. The larger of the two islands, Saint Kitts, is dominated by the dormant Mount Liamuga volcano, home to a crater lake, green vervet monkeys, and rainforest crisscrossed with hiking trails. The smaller island of Nevis sports more of the untouched natural beauty, filled with lush rainforests, eco-attractions, and of course, pristine beaches. When it comes to living costs, Saint Kitts and Nevis is considered to be relatively moderate. Rent and groceries are where you will spend the most money, with a place in the city center costing you around $650 to $850. But this can get much lower if you pick a more rural area. Groceries can come in at around US $250 to $300 a month. Entertainment has seen increases too, but is still relatively affordable, with a meal ranging from between US $10 and $15, and a beer, for example, costing US $2.50 to $3.50. Healthcare is free if you are a citizen of the country, and with one of the best citizenship by investment programs in the world, this is very attainable. Put together, Living in Saint Kitts and Nevis can cost you from US $1,700 to $2,000 a month. At the number 8 spot on our list, we have one of the Caribbean's most popular destinations, Barbados. Known as the Gem of the Caribbean, Barbados has been more severely hit by inflation and rising prices than other Caribbean countries, and as a result, slips down on our new list. However, apart from its white sands and stunning coral reefs, it is one of the more developed countries in the region, and for the more expensive prices, Barbados has better infrastructure and services which may make it worth it. When it comes to rent in Barbados, it is still possible to find a 2-bedroom house, for example, for around US $700 to $800 a month. But if you want something more modest, you can find places for as low as $500 US a month, though they may not be on the beach. Groceries is also similarly priced at around US $300 to $450 per month. Couple this with other miscellaneous expenses such as transportation, entertainment, and food, you can live within reason from anywhere between US $1,600 to $2,000 per month. By the way, if you're finding value in this video and want more insights like this, do us a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss out on any of our upcoming content. Let's make your Caribbean dreams a reality together. Next on our list, we come to the Central American country of Belize at number 7. As the only English-speaking country in Central America, Belize is an excellent option for those who want to move to Latin America but may not want to learn a new language. Belize's fusion of English and Spanish culture makes it a unique option, and as a Central American CARICOM country, also very affordable. Whether you live on the mainland in the cruise city of Belmopan or on the country's largest island of Ambergris, Belize has an unmatched natural vibe. While public services in Belize may be below your expectations, it is for sure affordable. Belize has numerous connecting flights to the wider Caribbean and the US, with flights from the US coming in as low as $200 US. Most bars offer happy hours where you can buy a beer for about $2 US, and when you are eating out, you can find most dishes for under $15 US. The biggest expense will be accommodation, but generally will be below $800 US per month. When all is tabulated, you can live in Belize between US $1,500 to $2,000 per month. Next on our list, we have the first country technically part of the Netherlands at number 6. We have Curacao. Because of its size, which makes it almost an undiscovered gem, and if you go outside the capital, you will surely not find many tourists. Of course, like other Caribbean countries, Curacao definitely has all the beauty and beachside activities you would like, but with way fewer people. The island is also a top destination for kite surfing, windsurfing, and sailing, thanks to its reliable sea breeze. So when it comes to entertainment, plenty can be found. But what is the cost of living in Curacao? Let's start with rent, which can be a bit tricky as Curacao possibly has one of the biggest ranges in the region. Depending on where you would stay, can be anywhere from US $500 to $850 for an average accommodation. Groceries have seen the biggest increases over the past year as inflation and import prices have hit Curacao worse than other islands, but is still reasonable at around $250 to $300 US a month. When eating out, a nice restaurant can be US $20 per person, with domestic beer costing about US $3.50 and imported beer costing just slightly more at about US $4. All in all, you can expect to live comfortably in the Caribbean island for about US $1,500 to $1,800 a month. No introduction here is needed for our next country at number 5, as it is possibly the most famous Caribbean island. It is none other than Jamaica, home to chill vibes and reggae music. Known for being the perfect place for a vacation, Jamaica can also be an excellent place to hang up the hat and possibly even retire if you are looking for an inexpensive, decidedly Caribbean atmosphere. Its cost of living index is similar to another country, Belize, but is overall slightly cheaper. Rent in Jamaica can get really low as US $350 if you choose somewhere away from the big tourist destinations, but in general will be around $500 to $600 if you are in and around the capital city of Kingston. The biggest increase over the past year and one of the biggest expense in Jamaica is still grocery prices, which can be between $300 and $400 per month. But this can vary, especially if you buy local produce instead. Utilities are just around $150, and all the general entertainment you will need can be less than $200. Couple this with other miscellaneous expenses such as transportation and healthcare. You can live within reason from anywhere between $1,500 and $1,700 per month. Next up is the Dominican Republic at number 4. As the most visited country in the Caribbean because of how beautiful and cheap it is, it should be no surprise that the Dominican Republic is on this list. The Dominican Republic has a rich history as the first city landing stop of Columbus to the Americas. As the island's economy is focused on tourists and the provision of financial services, it is relatively developed, ensuring that your standard of living will not be compromised. It is also much easier to move to the Dominican Republic than other countries, as obtaining a residence permit is fairly simple and relatively cheap. But what about the numbers? Flying to and from the Dominican Republic can get really cheap, as low as $100 to $150 if you use low-cost carriers or special offers. Eating out is among the cheapest in the Caribbean, with meals almost always being around $10 and rent between $500 and $700 per month. All in all, you can live comfortably on the island for as little as $1,500 a month, or even lower. Moving on smartly, we come to Dominica at number 3, a tiny island with only about 70,000 inhabitants. But given its small size, the island packs huge lush rainforests, which has been protected by the minimal development of the island. If you are a nature lover, you will fall in love with the country's biodiversity, spectacularly intact coral reefs, and tranquil vibes with few people. The country's underdeveloped and small size may mean finding accommodation is a bit narrow and slightly more expensive, but everything else comes in extremely cheaply. It's not hard to find Dominican apartments for rent for very friendly prices. You can find, for example, a one-bedroom apartment in the capital, Roseau, for about $600. Groceries can expect to cost only about $200 to $250 per month for a single person, and entertainment is the cheapest out of them all, at maybe $200 if you are feeling fancy. All in all, in Dominica, you can live affordably from anywhere between $1,300 and $1,600 a month. Here is another Spanish island nation where one can live reasonably comfortably and for cheap. At number 2, we have beautiful Puerto Rico, which is less touristy than other major islands in the Caribbean, but that just makes it even more authentic and economical. With its close ties to the US, you can expect to see the same stores and brands as you would in the US, but often at prices way cheaper. This also means that the standard of public infrastructure is better than what you may find in some other countries, though this may vary. Planning to hop over there? You can find flights to Puerto Rico for less than $125. Rent is also a good deal, with accommodation near the capital being around $600 to $800 per month. But if you want, you can find things as cheap as $410 per month if you don't mind being a little further away from the bustle. Add another $250 for groceries, $200 for entertainment and other miscellaneous costs. It is not hard to live in the US territory for between $1,200 and $1,500 a month. Taking our number 1 spot for a second year in a row, we have the Spice Isle of Grenada. Nothing much has changed in the home of nutmeg. The fact that the island is quite a bit remote, especially when considering the other islands on this list, helps add to the fact that things are cheaper. Less demand, lower prices, right? Grenada is also not flashy, which is another reason it does well on our list. Being more of a quiet destination, Grenada's natural beauty is all the entertainment one really needs. The island has some of the most beautiful flowers in the world and has led Grenada to win 13 gold medals at the International Chelsea Flower Show. Though the cost of living on the Spice Isle has increased, it still remains very cheap, especially considering rent, which can be as low as US $300 per month, with most ranging from US $400 to $600 per month. Groceries are going to be a bit more expensive considering everything has to be imported to the island, but you can still expect to spend from only US $250 to $350 per month. In addition to this, things like entertainment and transportation are also affordable, with the average meal at a restaurant being less than $10 US and local transport costing less than US $1.50 on average. Considering all of that, are you surprised that Grenada wins this year again with an average cost of living of between US $1,000 and $1,500? Remember that the beauty of the Caribbean isn't just in its sun-soaked beaches or turquoise waters. It's in the journey, the adventures, and the memories we create. Embrace every moment, chase every sunset, and let the rhythm of the waves remind you of life's endless possibilities. Dream big, stay curious, and never let the horizon be your limit. As you can see, there are several options available to you if you are looking to move to the Caribbean and live cheaply. The Caribbean, after all, is perfect with its year-long warm temperatures and golden sand beaches. But again, the question of how cheap it is to live in any of these countries will inevitably depend on you and how comfortably you want to live. Use our list as a guide, and do not be afraid to check out your favorite countries to see if there's a fit there for you. So if you are ready to escape the stress and unpleasant weather of your home country, take a chance on the Caribbean. You're sure to find a heaven with your name on it. Please, tell us in the comments which of these countries you would like to move to and mention any other Caribbean islands you think should be on this list. What other countries in the Caribbean are more to your liking that we did not highlight? Also, do not forget to like, share with your friends and family, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell for our next video as we explore the Caribbean together. This is Jairi Caribbean. Until next time.